Hey, how y'all doing? Here's to a new series I've decided to kick off called Sonic Adventure. Well, basically, I take a character through a certain character's campaign, and I'm just curiously trying to see what levels they can actually do through the campaign. We're gonna start this series off with Miles Tails per hour and see what levels he can actually complete going through Sonic's campaign. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed this video, as it will inspire me to make more videos in this series. So let's get on with it.
And as you can see, we boot right into the stage. There's no title card or nothing because Tails is normally not supposed to be here. But believe it or not, this stage is, as in all intents and purposes, is very breakable by Tails. Tails can literally blitz through this stage in a moment of seconds, man. Like, just look at him go. He can fly across all loop-de-loops. He can entirely skip the whale section. There's really nothing that's stopping Tails here at all. Emerald Coast is like beyond beatable as Tails. Heck, he can even surprisingly use the bounce pads or launch pads or jump pads, whatever you want to call them, with little to no effort, even though he doesn't have an animation for him. And he can even take the little loop-de-loop cylinder tunnel thingy. Once again, that's a surprise to me, but all in all, I say Emerald Coast is beyond beatable. Very beatable. Moving on. Alright, and moving on to Sonic Stage 2, we have Windy Valley in all its fullness. Normally, Tails only participates in Act 3 of Windy Valley in a race against Sonic, but here we have Tails in all his glory in Act 1 of Windy Valley. Tails here surprisingly can use a trampoline to bounce on. He even has an animation for it. And he also has an animation for getting pulled into the tornado. Moving on to Act 2, surprisingly enough, once again, Tails is still allowed to use the jump pads. Makes you wonder if he was ever truly intended to have jump pads in his stage. But he's easily able to go up the vortex of the wind tunnel, and then, like, no surprise here, Act 3, Tails can clearly just fly his way to the goal as if he was still racing Sonic. Simple enough, right? Moving on to Stage 3, we have Casinopolis.
Alright, normally you would grab the Chaos Emerald by collecting 400 rings. Unsurprisingly, Tails could not fly his way up there, so we gotta go inside the pinball machines, which, surprisingly, Tails can make access into. And even more surprisingly, he doesn't go in ball form. You can actually walk around in here. If you go to the other casino area, you can also walk around in that too. But if Tails were to lose a life in here, he will turn into ball form. Tails does have a ball form, so that's not surprising. He does go in, I guess, because he's not supposed to be here. That's why he comes out and running around. But yeah, Tails can easily collect 400 rings just by spamming the mechanics in the pinball machine, and Casinopolis is definitely beatable for Tails. Moving on. Alright, here we are, Ice Cap, level 4 for Sonic the Hedgehog, featuring Tails. Tails cannot grab the icicles in this level, because once again, he's not supposed to be here. Pretty much, Tails can just flutter his way up to the end if you want, but I want to do a little exploring here, because it's nice to have characters, period, where they're not supposed to be. Anyway, Tails takes the rocket as normal like Sonic does. He goes into the next area. He can completely break this whole area because he can just fly on his way back up to the top. Simple. But the last part of this level where it gets really interesting, I don't know, because he entered the level the way he was never supposed to be intended to play the level. Tails' board does a weird little animation where it just spins around, kind of like he's doing a kickflip at times when he launches off a ramp or whatnot. But once again, Tails can easily clear Ice Cap. Moving on, Stage 5, Twinkle Park. Here we go. Right off this jump, you want to try to take out all the go-kart and robot people, because if you don't, and you let them come after and chase you down, they're most definitely going to blow your kart up. We don't want that, of course. But anyway, also, you want to make sure you're collecting rings while in this part is Tails, because I never knew this for 20-something years. You will not make this jump if you don't have enough rings. Rings represent your speed. I guess that's why that's on the back of the cart. But if you have all those conditions met, you'll be able to make that jump. Pretty much everything's straightforward. You get to the next area, and as expected, Tails just breaks this area completely again. He can fly over most obstacles, and then pretty much Twinkle Park is another easy stage that Tails can easily get through, no problem. Moving on. As expected, the first area, Tails can easily blow through this area because this stage is actually meant for him. I mean, really all stages are meant for Tails, or not, however you want to look at it. But yeah, Tails will blow past all this part easily, but when you get to this part, you want to fly up over to the area Sonic will go to begin Act 2 of his level. There's a wall you can clip through to hit the loading box, and Tails can easily get into Act 2. Camera doesn't act right here, and he can't run down the wall like Sonic, but in clear fashion of Tails, he can just fly his way on down. But you just proceed on down, go right on to Act 3, and as expected, he can just fly on through the end here, easily go over all the buildings if you want. Me personally, I just want to kind of stay on the ground level just to show you guys a little bit of it. But yep, Tails can interact with the water fountain, and blow him right up to the end, and he can end the level as normal like Sonic. Simple enough. Moving on, Stage 7, Red Mountain. There's another level expected. Tails can easily just fly past all the obstacles here too. Occasionally he will need a rocket to get up higher at certain times. Overall, Act 1 of Red Mountain is very clearable with Tails. Act 2, same thing. Tails can just fly his way up the mountain. Actually, Act 2 actually takes place inside the active volcano, so you're actually just going around in circles in this area. And the lava rises to get you higher and higher to get to the goal. Tails, once again, can just fly up to that point. Pretty much, Red Mountain Stage 7 is very completable with Tails. No issues. Moving on. Level 8, Sky Deck. Act 2 and Act 3 is where the issues begin. Act 2, none of the stage's assets loads up for Tails, so he technically can't complete Act 2. He can fly through all of Act 2 and get to it because there's no assets. We cannot use the rocket to destroy the cannon to get us into Act 3. And then Act 3 is even bigger. It's the same similar issue because there's no assets here neither. The level will tilt depending on where you go. You know, if you go to the end of the level as intended with Sonic, the level will tilt. But once again, there's no assets, so you cannot technically complete the level. Therefore, first level of Sonic's campaign that he cannot complete. Moving on. Level 9, Lost World. Tails easily blows this level away too. Tails can easily fly from platform to platform to activate the 3 switches to get to the next level. If you know your level layout, Tails can easily just fly through here. Otherwise, surprisingly, he can use the mirrors. And of course, Tails can easily fly past the part with the light dash area. He doesn't have an animation for when going down the waterfall, but other than that, clearing this part of the level is very easy for Tails. Even the last part where Sonic curls into a ball and takes the loop-de-loop, Tails actually has an animation for that. You can easily get into the final area of Lost World and, as of course, complete it. Moving on, and last but not least, the final egg, Stage 10, Sonic's campaign. Tails can easily get through this area as well. He can run it just like Sonic if you want, or he just fly through all the obstacles here as well. Interesting fact, the final part of the level, like the very end, just before you decide to light dash over to the final part of the level to hit the capsule, there's an area where Tails can actually fly up here and collect extra lives. They're up here, meaning normally you can get up here. I think you can, I don't know. Maybe Sonic can get up here too with some crazy spin dash maneuver. I really don't know how to perform that or do that. But yeah, there's something going on up here. But anyway, yeah, Tails can easily defeat the final egg, and that's pretty much it. So there you have it. Out of the 10 levels that belongs to Sonic the Hedgehog, Tails can technically clear 9 of them with little to no issues. Sky Deck should have been on that list too, but once again, the stage assets just wouldn't load up. That's that, but I give Tails a 90% ratio, which is an A, so that's still a passing grade. Once again, if you enjoyed this video and you would like to see more videos in this series, don't forget to like, comment, share, or subscribe. I hope to see y'all next time, because I plan on covering Knuckles to see can Knuckles get through all the Sonic stages. See you guys next time. Stay safe and drink plenty of water.